In the current landscape of Marvel Snap, is it possible to win without a Thanos, Shuri, or Leech deck? Well, the answer is yes, and we got a very fun deck that we're featuring today based around your hand size and bouncing cards up and down. And the great thing about this deck today features no pool 4 or pool 5 cards, so if you're not out of pool 3, well, this is a deck that can work for you if you have these cards. So if you're ready to see this deck in action, guys, find that like button and let's go snap it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Marvel Snap fans. Welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're talking about a deck that I've just been using that is not one of the meta decks in the game right now. So no Thanos deck with Lockjaw, no Shuri and Red Skull deck, no just Leech out there. No, this is a fun deck based on your hand size, based around Devil Dinosaur, based around, and it actually was sparked by Coulson, getting that Coulson card when he's reduced to pool 3. So this is a fun deck. We're going to try this out. But before we get into that, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap content. At least 5 Marvel Snap videos per week on this channel with deck ideas, news, tips, tricks, everything to help your Marvel Snap experience. But without further ado, let's get right into this deck. And main card, like I said, that I wanted to start to use this deck was because we got Agent Coulson a few weeks ago and started to use this deck a few weeks ago, but we've been using a lot of Thanos and Galactus and others meta cards, but this is a fun deck that I did want to come back to. And what Agent Coulson is going to do is he's going to add a random 4 cost or 5 cost card to your hand. So obviously this synergizes with cards like Devil Dinosaur, cards like Collector, and also wanted to activate this card Beast. Now Beast is a card that we haven't featured too much on this channel, but it's a fun card. It has a powerful ability, returning your other cards to your hand at this location, and when they return to your hand, they're going to cost 1 less. So we could use that with cards like Agent 13 or even the Demon that the Hood summons to give us a bunch of 0 cost cards, and we could utilize that with our counter cards like Shang-Chi. A White Queen is another great card in this deck because 4/6 is a pretty good pace that you could drop onto the board, but what it is going to do is draw a copy of the highest cost card in your opponent's hand, so it gives us some intel of what they're running. Plus, it gives us the copy of their highest powered card hand, which we may be able to use against them as a counterplay. Now, we also got cards that could load up our hand. We talked about Agent Coulson. We have the other Shield member, Maria Hill, in this deck, and it's going to add a 1 cost card to your hand. Not a great card on its own, but when we're playing cards that want other cards, we want to build up our hand size for this Devil Dinosaur. Not a bad card here, especially combining with a card like Quinjet, which works well in many, many decks. And if you play those on turn 1, maybe your opponent might think you're running a Thanos deck unless they look at your hand size and deck size. But cards that didn't start in your deck will cost 1 less. So anything that Agent 13 draws, Maria Hill, Agent Coulson, White Queen, any of those cards, Cable, any of those cards will cost 1 less than they normally would have. And if we draw those back with Beast, they're going to cost even 1 less. Now, She-Hulk is just a great card to include in a lot of decks. She has that ability, cost 1 less for each unspent energy last turn. So you can really ramp this out on some earlier turns. Maybe turn 4, turn 5. Probably don't want to play this on turn 6. It's a good card on earlier turns. And it's a good card to run in conjunction with the other cards and drop this down on turn 6 with maybe 1 cost or something like that. But playing this at cost on turn 6, probably not what you want to do. And then obviously we got this Shang-Chi card in there for some counters, these big red skulls that you might see. So this is a fun deck. I'm not sure how it competes in the current meta against some of these Thanos and Lockjaw and Shuri decks. We do have some counters to those, and you'll see we do face some Thanos decks that we do manage to beat. So let me know how you like this deck, and let's go see it in action, guys. All right, we got Quinjet, White Queen, She-Hulk, all good cards so far. Sacred Timeline is the left location. All right, we have, oh, they got Quinjet as well. Let's give them a meme here, a Spider-Man meme. This is a card after this location, after its turn, put a card in front of the player's hand here. None of our cards are really bad. If any of them come out, I guess except for Shang-Chi, that would be good for us. So let's go ahead and see what the RNG gives us with Sakaar. All right, they give us White Queen, not the worst. Can we steal one of their stones? Can we steal one of their, oh, we steal Thanos, all right. I like that. They get a Magneto. So I'm not sure who actually gets the win. All right, so we get a Thanos. All right, this is not bad for us. We get a lower cost Thanos. We will get a Hood if we play that right now. And we'll get Agent 13 as well. All right, so this is actually pretty good for us. So we could go Hood, Maria Hill. That'll give us more cards. That'll give us one more card. Let me just count our cards here. That'll give us 8 cards. Yeah, and that we're not going to be able to draw anything either. So this is fine. We're going to try to keep our hand as big as possible with that Devil Dinosaur that we want. They go Lockjaw, Soulstone. We have a Cyclops and 2 more cards. It's a Misty Knight. All right, so we're not going to get a copy of our opening hand because they already did get that with their Lockjaw. The good thing for their Lockjaw, though, if we place this Cyclops there, we win that location. I'm not thinking that this is a deck that they're running Khazar or anything like that that could ramp up these cards. Potentially something with ongoing, so maybe a Blue Marvel or Silver or a all right, so we'll go Cyclops here. Potentially Blue Marvel or a Spectrum or something like that for the final turn that could potentially buff this. Let's see what they have before we make our play here. We have 1 extra energy. Do we even want to run this Cyclops? Do we want to use that 2 energy, or do we want to use it for She-Hulk? I think we want to use it for She-Hulk. And I think we're actually in good shape to snap. So let's go snap right now. And potentially even 2 other cards as well. All right, so they go to another Quinjet. There's getting a lot of cheap cards out there. What we'll do now, we'll go ahead and win left location. We're going to go ahead and Hood. And we're going to keep Cyclops in our hand for now. We also have the option to go Shang-Chi at that middle location to destroy that Magneto. So we're going to keep that open. No real reason to keep this Cyclops in hand other than the Devil Dinosaur, but I think the better play is running that 5'11 Thanos at the end. We also have the option to Shang-Chi their Magneto. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they throw down. This final turn, so they have another Magneto. They pulled that White Queen over. All right, so we got an option to what? All right, I like this. All right, we're going to go Shang-Chi right here on Lamentus. Shang-Chi 0 should get us, Demon should get us the win in Lamentus there. It probably will also get us the win in Sakaar as well. But I just think it's cooler to shut down their She-Hulk and their Magneto. I don't think there's a way that could counter us. But let's see what they have. Let's play this out. Longer game. They go Devil Dinosaur in the middle. All right, so they could have the middle. We're going to destroy Lamentus. We get the left, we get the right, and they take the middle with their Devil Dinosaur. All right, our Agent Coulson gets played. They skip their turn to get rid of those rocks. We have a Claw, which is great for us. I don't think that Dracula is going to help us too much just by what we have in our hand. So let's go ahead and skip this turn. We'll have a 2-cost She-Hulk that we could throw out there. And we'll also get a Cable, Maria Hill, potential Claw that we could throw out there as well. Maybe not on the same turn as that She-Hulk, though. All right, they go Titania. They go Polaris. Moving our Quinjet over. Luckily, not a Rock over. And giving us their Titania, at least for now. All right, so let's go ahead and put a She-Hulk here. Do we want to do the Cable, the 2-cost, and 1 card, but from them, or 1 card for Maria Hill? I think let's take one of their cards here. Let's go with this, and let's get that. Let's go ahead and get that Hood out as well. Let's get our Demon. All right, we'll give them the Collapse Mine. We're going to play for Hellfire Club, and we're going to play for... Actually, we can't put a 1-cost card there. Right, Island. All right, we have an Angela from their deck. Do have a Demon. It is... Oh, luckily, it is a 0-cost card. We have even more power at a final location. Where do we want to go? I think we could go Claw, and then Maria Hill will help that Collector as well. Only question is, will they do something to really win this location at Hellfire Club? I think we do get Muir Island. They'll get that Titania back, though. And we could also run this Demon or that Collapse Mine. We'll have more power than their Demon if they do nothing. All right, let's play this out. Let's see what they have up their sleeve. They go Muir Island there. We're getting a bunch of power in Muir Island. It looks like we're gonna get Hellfire Club unless they're playing something with some reach, like a Dr. Doom. No, they go Spiderwing. They don't even try to compete for Hellfire Club or Collapse Mine. We still win. Muir Island, it's tied Muir Island, so their big play. We get the tie. They get that Titania back, but we get the left and we get the right. All right, we got a Coulson, Hood, and Collector on turn 1, +5 energy. We're gonna be able to get out on this turn. I think we could do Collector followed by Coulson, followed by Hood, putting them all in different locations. Let's actually put the Collector, Coulson in the same location. We could play Hood in one of these other locations, and hopefully we are able to get that out, or at least pull that in with that beast. All right, so they go Blue Marvel. They got a Sunspot as well. And that Sunspot gets a little extra power. We have a Crossbones that we could throw into somewhere for winning. We also have a Spider-Woman is a nice card there. I would like to get Beast out in our hand if possible. Let's go with Cable here, potentially followed by a Demon Beast if we pull that Beast. We also have an option for a Crossbones on Project Pegasus. All right, so they're running a Thanos deck. All right, there's that Space Stone. We get their Time Stone. They don't know that we have their Time Stone. Not sure if that's going to be too debilitating for them, but all right, we're probably not going to get that Beast that we want. So that play that we wanted to do on Mindscape is just not there for us right now. Let's go ahead and do the Maria Hill. And we could also do this Demon here. We're going to get more. We're going to load up that power of that Collector. Let's say they move a card away. They go Quinjet. But they don't have that Time Stone. All right, so really not getting a lot of great cards from our Maria Hills or other cards there. Let's go get some power here with our Crossbones. And I think... All right, we got it. We win. We got Devil Dinosaur, Quinjet, and Beast on turn 1. So we could actually use this Beast this time. Cards... They can't get destroyed. So let's place our Quinjet here, just in case they run a Killmonger. Won't be able to destroy our big ongoing card that we want. We also have the ability to bring that back in our hand and throw that back out with what we can do with Beast. Let's see if we get the cards to actually utilize Beast the way we want. We could throw Cable out there, that card out, and that would be great if we could Cable and then Beast that back and doubling that power again. That's Shuri's Lab. We have a strong card out there. And that could actually be a nasty, nasty card, throwing that Hobgoblin back at them, especially on Shuri's Lab. And I think that's what we want to do. We could do that next turn. Although we could get a 1-cost Collector and a 0-cost Cable if we go... Or a Collector. We could go Beast here, bring that Cable back, and let's see what they play out that Hobgoblin. If we could get this Hobgoblin out on turn 4 because of that Quinjet on that Shuri's Lab, that would pretty much guarantee us that location. Although they may be destroying cards there because of that Nova. What do they do here? They go Armor to protect that location. All right, so we're not going to be able to Shuri that location, but we can Hobgoblin it. I'm thinking they're going to play something in the middle. So let's go with Hobgoblin on Wakanda. Although I think we're going to get a little bit more power. We put that White Queen and take one of their cards. I think that's what we want to do now. Let's go with the White Queen. We're going to have a strong Beast. We'll have a strong White Queen there at Shuri's Lab. They won't be able to Shang-Chi that White Queen. All right, so we could have actually played that Hobgoblin. All right, if it was hindsight is 2020. All right, we're taking one of their cards. We take their Cosmo, not a card that we really need right now. We're not running too many on reveal cards. What we can do is we could go with our Devil Dinosaur here. And final play, a potential She-Hulk in the middle. That could give us our win. Let's see how they react to that Devil Dinosaur with their Daredevil. They can see it coming. All right, the only thing we wouldn't be able to do is really make use of that Cable right now. So they go Cosmo. Yo, Carnage not able to destroy that Warpath. We're still winning that location. All right, is our best play that 20 power She-Hulk, or is it something else? We want to get maybe 8 power. I think we can. We can go 8 power here, getting Cable. That'll power up our Devil Dinosaur. And we could get a little bit more power with our Coulson there. And I think that's all we want to do. We want to keep these cards in hand. Although getting a little more power over our Collector, putting this card out will sacrifice 2 power, but should get more power back in return. Devil Dinosaur. And actually, let's do all that in reverse. So let's go Collector first. And I'm not sure if it matters, but I think we'll do it this way. And that should give us enough for a win. Right, so they play 1 card there. What are they playing? How big is their card? We get Shuri's Lab. They get a Destroyer, and they just get enough power to get Wakanda. Nobody gets Wakandan Embassy, but we get the tiebreaker in Shuri's Lab because of that White Queen. So we get the sneaky win. So that is this deck in action, guys. We did find some Thanos decks to counter. We didn't get Leech, and we didn't find a Shuri. So hopefully you guys can have some success fighting those decks with this deck. Now, Leech would give us a big downsize with this deck. So Leech wouldn't be a great play. This is not a great Leech counter, but you can still win against Thanos. You can still win against Shuri. You can still win against other decks in the meta right now, because this is a fun deck. And Coulson, the card that we base this deck around, actually is one of the best cards in battle mode, where you're battling your friends just because you're playing the same deck over and over, and random cards in your hand. Well, that is a good thing as well. So fun deck, a lot of fun options, a lot of fun plays that you could make with this deck. So let me know how you like it, and let me know how it works for you. If you haven't already checked me out on social media, check me out on social media. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and check out some of the other videos on this channel, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We got more great videos coming up next week, although we will be in spring break next week. So I'm going to try to release as many videos while we're away, but we may not hit that minimum 5 that we normally do on this channel per week. But have a great weekend. Hopefully, like I said, you enjoy this deck, and I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Thanks for stopping by, guys.